Hey everybody, and welcome to my N5 series on the SP404 Mark II, where I cover a topic in about 5 minutes. SW Duano writes in and asks what's the best way to record into the SP404 Mark II, whether it's analog or USB in, and what's the downside of either method. Let's just go over all three. So first up, we've got just the line ins here. You just get your TS and TS left and right stereo pair. These are going to be pretty easy to just hook up. So I'd say just from a convenience factor, anything that's got a output that you can then use at line level, you can plug it into the SP404 Mark II and record. Typically, you're going to probably have pretty low noise floor, but the potential downside is if you've got grounding issues or anything else, you might pick up some extra audio sound that isn't really supposed to be there. That can happen. You also can find that it will not be a 100% perfect recreation because you're basically converting electrical signals into digital signals and back and forth. So it's not going to be a 100% pure recreation of the audio. Personally, I'm not such a stickler for the audio to worry about that. But I know some people get into like some of the audiophile space and they're like, oh, this is getting distorted or that's getting distorted. It happens. I personally, I find some of those imperfections and like just the malleability of some of the audio to be interesting. But I would say, from a line in perspective, it's perfectly fine for probably 99.9% of the use cases you're looking for. I would also say, I know you didn't ask, but from a microphone perspective, if you had a microphone, I actually think it's a great way to record things. You'll get some of your room ambience or other background, but it's going to be probably the noisiest way to get audio because you're picking up all of the sounds of your room. If your air conditioner or heater's going or anything else, like our brains are really good at processing that stuff out so that we can focus on specific sounds or frequencies. And we just ignore the fact. It's amazing if you go record stuff. You're like, I didn't even know that there was this ticking sound in the background or whatever it was. You'll go listen back to a recording, be like, wow, there's a lot going on that I just didn't hear or notice. But when you get in the recording, you're like, wow, I can pick out all this stuff. So, again, microphone, microphone, probably going to typically be your noisiest way to get audio in. The benefit that you have of using USB-C as your audio input device or way to get audio into your SP404 Mark II is it's a digital to digital transfer. There's no conversion into a electric audio signal. So whatever you play on your iPad, computer, or whatever else, you can get an exact copy onto your SP404 Mark II. So if you want that pristine sound, you want it, basically you're just trying to copy audio over, you will get that exact sound by doing this. But it does, in my mind, sometimes that like perfection in copying it is maybe not, it doesn't add anything to the process other than just more steps. So if you're going to do that, you might as well just be copying audio over SD card or other mechanisms, because just sending audio over like that, if you're trying to like impart extra character or sound, you're not going to necessarily get that over USB-C. That said, though, you can certainly do a lot of cool things. I mean, an SP404 Mark II connected to an iPad or an iPhone or Android or whatever is like an untapped potential of audio and sounds, and it's very easy to hook up. Doesn't require a whole lot to do. Whereas if you start getting into using your analog cables like the TRS cables or your microphone, there's just a lot more things that you have to make sure you set up, including MIDI and all that. So from an ease of use, I would say go USB-C. If I'm sitting on the couch and just want to hook up my phone real quick over USB-C, I'm not thinking like, oh, am I imparting audio characteristics or not doing this? I'm just like, I want to get this cool sound from here over to the SP404 Mark II with the least amount of hassle. But, again, all these things are going to vary based on you personally, how you want to use it. I would say none of them are necessarily better than the other. They just all have different types of characters or approaches or benefits for how you might go about doing it. Anyway, I don't know if that helps you out or not, but try it out for yourself with different things and see what works for you. I wouldn't worry so much. I think there's like dragons to go chase in that space of when you start trying to get into which is better or worse than the other. Just do it, use what works for you, and be flexible and try something different, see how it maybe changes your processes or thoughts about how things work. Anyway, guys, thanks for stopping by. Keep making music, keep having fun. Remember, if it sounds good, it is good, and peace.